Hi ladies, Jaki Sabourin here, and I want to talk to you about 5 tips for great first dates. I want you to have amazing success rate on your first date so you get asked out to second, third, and fourth dates, and hopefully one of them will turn into a relationship. But first, before I do, I want to remind you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Engaged in Any Age, by going to the bottom of the email that you're watching this video on and just click on that YouTube icon. It'll take you over to YouTube and just type in Engaged at Any Age and hit the subscribe button, and you'll receive a notification every time I create a video, because not all the videos that I'm creating I'm doing live Facebook. So I'm posting independent training videos on YouTube all the time. I don't want you to miss out on those. So let's talk about our topic, 5 tips for great first dates. And I love this. And some of it may sound like common sense to you, but you might be surprised with some of it. Maybe it's just a great reminder. But again, I want you to be prepared for a committed relationship, because I know that's what you want. And so this will help you to get a great start with a potential really good guy. And so the first one is your amazing entrance. I mean, this is like the most important thing, is the entrance you make. It's that first impression. So what I suggest you do, and it really works amazing, is to be 5 minutes late, no more than that. Just be on time, but stay in your car just a few minutes after your meeting time so that he's there waiting for you, so that he's anticipating your entrance. So that really is great. So you have this, you're building up a little anticipation already, which is really exciting. And so what I want you to do is when you walk into the room, wherever you're meeting him, I want you to stop at the door, and I want you to scan the room, looking around for him. And as soon as you see him, I want you to lock eyes with him and smile. Just give him your most beautiful, authentic, real smile. That just conveys so much. Just like, hi, it's so nice to meet you. That's what that smile says. So just make sure you're conveying a big, beautiful smile. And right away, that's going to warm him up to you. I mean, who doesn't warm up to a beautiful smile? And so the next thing that you want to do is when you're walking towards him, make sure you continue to smile until you go right up to him and extend your hand or extend a little hug, or you can put your arm on his shoulder right here and say, it's so nice to meet you, smiling. So you want to continue to smile. And I know that's hard to do, so you have to practice smiling when you're talking, so that when you're with him during that time, he sees you as a happy, content woman, which is what men want, a happy, content woman. So the tip number 2 is going to be to continue to hold eye contact like I'm doing here. Holding eye contact can be difficult, especially if you're nervous, but you don't want to be looking around at people around you, because that gives a sign of that you're insecure, you're feeling nervous, you're anxious. Any kind of looking away makes the other person actually feel uncomfortable, because you're removing the intimacy of the smile. So if you're nervous, go ahead and say, I'm feeling a little nervous to meet you. Go ahead and admit that. That's vulnerable. Men love vulnerable women, because you're being real, because it is nerve-wracking to meet somebody for the first time. So it's okay to say that. If you're really nervous, say, oh my gosh, I'm feeling so nervous right now. I can't believe it. And just smile at him. And he's going to probably say, guess what? I'm nervous too. And then nervousness just kind of disappears. So walk in, give him that great $1 million smile, hold eye contact all the way up to you meet him, give him a handshake, a little hug, or touch his arm, some kind of contact, and sit down and hold eye contact while you're talking to him. And so obviously you're not going to be on your phone, right? So that one I don't even really need to mention. So that's not going to count as a tip. So the next tip is to remain really curious. Be curious. Be interested in him and what he's sharing, and not trying to be interesting. So when we're trying to be interesting, we're actually playing a role. We're playing a role as someone that we think that he wants to meet, but he really just wants to meet you. So the easier approach is just to be interested in what he's sharing. And when he shares something that he's excited about, a trip, his son, a family gathering, anything at all is work, then you want to follow that. When you notice that he's becoming animated and he's getting excited about what he's sharing, you want to continue to ask him questions about that topic, because obviously he's passionate about it. And if you connect with that passion, then he sees you as having made that connection. He sees that you're noticing what's important to him, and he likes that, and it feels good. And doesn't it feel good when you're talking about something and somebody, focuses in on what you're sharing? So that feels really good, and he'll start to make an emotional connection with you when you respond to him that way. And so there's tip number 3, and this is a big one, is judging. It's so easy to judge, especially when you walk in and we notice that he's shorter than he said, he weighs more than he said, he has less hair than he said, or maybe he's dressed really casually and you're dressed up and you're thinking, oh my gosh, he didn't he didn't really put himself together. And so automatically your face will start to show that sign, and you just really want to let go of the judgments, let go of any expectation. If you release any expectation, you will not be disappointed with anything, because basically he's given you a lot of information about who he is and how he's going to show up. So you actually need that information. So why judge it? Just be like, good to know he's shorter and he doesn't have any hair, but he sure has a great smile and I really liked him. So this is all information. Remember, you're vetting him, so it's good to know. So no judging, because when you're judging, your whole dynamic changes, your whole energy changes, your vibe changes, and they can sense that because they can read your energy. They can read your body language. I mean, you can read anybody's body language. I mean, if you're sitting here like this and your shoulders are forward, isn't that different than sitting back and smiling? I mean, it's just, so they can tell when you're judging them. So no matter what, you just remain on your best behavior so that you can walk away from that experience saying, I did my best. I put my best self forward, and feel really good about that. And that's going to keep your confidence level up. Okay, tip number 4. This is a big one. I really want you to be prepared for rejection, because it's a part of dating. And so how I like to look at it is it's not a rejection, it's a redirection. Okay, he just saved you a lot of time. He already knows, he's clear that you're not a match for him. And frankly, I think it's fantastic that the sooner one of the two parties knows that you're not a match, so you let that other person know. First of all, it's in integrity. Second of all, you don't want to waste your precious time. And third, if you're not able to say that, you are not being honest. And when you're not being honest, you're actually not going to be able to manifest what you want, because you have to have, your word has to mean everything to you. Because when you keep your word to yourself about what it is you want and don't want, you're sending a very clear signal out to the universe about what you want. But when you don't have the courage to let someone know that you don't feel that you're a match, then what happens is you're not being honest. So you're having a disconnect now with what you really want, because you already know if he's a match or not. And you're sitting there going, oh my God, how am I going to tell him? So here's how you tell him. You can continue to have a nice chat with him. And at the end of the chat, you can stand up and say, I really appreciate your time and I enjoyed meeting you and the conversation was great. And I'm clear that we're not a match. So I just wanted to tell you and be honest as soon as possible, because I know that there's a perfect woman out there for you. And the sooner you find her, the better. And so now I just want to be honest with you, that's the way I'm feeling. It was really nice to meet you. And you take good care. And you stand up and you walk out. You don't have to wait for him to say anything. You stand up and you vote with your feet and you leave. So if you practice doing that with love and kindness and respect, he's going to appreciate it. He doesn't need you to stay around. You just kind of let him down. So go ahead and get out of there. Now, if you can't tell him on that date, go ahead and text him from the car. Text him as soon as you get home. But text him and let him know that as much as you enjoyed meeting him, that you don't feel you're a match, and good luck on his journey. That's it. That's all you have to do. The more you do that, the easier it gets. And I know it's hard. Now, if he does that to you, I want you to be prepared for it. Remember, it's not a rejection. It's a redirection. It allows you to not think about if he's going to call you, ask you out. You do not have to spend any time worrying and wondering about this guy. He just made it really clear to you, and he saved you time. He has enough respect for himself and for you to be honest with you. So I think that men deserve the same treatment that they give us if they tell us that they don't feel we're a match. I want you to receive that gracefully, because like I said, he's doing you a favor. So you just say, well, thank you. Thank you so much for being so honest with me and being so clear about what you want. I love that kind of clarity. And so, yeah, okay, well, it was nice to meet you, and I'm going to take off and just, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye. Stand up, walk out. Go to your car and do some breathing exercises to move the energy of that perceived rejection. Remember, it's just a redirection. You have to learn this skill, because if you want to date and you want to speed up the process, you got to get good at handling those gutter balls, right? So, or maybe I call it throwing you a brick. So he throws you a brick, he rejects you, but it's not a rejection, it's just a redirection. So he just saved you time. So don't throw the brick back at him. Just set the brick down, that emotional brick that comes in, and say, I really admire your honesty, and I appreciate you saying that. And yeah, I enjoyed the conversation, and so I'm just going to take off. Enjoy the rest of your day. That's how you do it, just like I said it. So write that down if you need to rehearse it in the mirror over and over again. It's really that simple. And if a guy texts you that, make sure the response is, thank you so much for letting me know. I really appreciate that. Good luck on your journey. Next. It's a next, right? Just move on. Wave it off. Don't spend any of your precious time on men that don't feel you're a match, because they really are doing you a favor, and you are doing them a favor by letting them know right away. Okay, the fifth tip is I want you to be assertive about how you signal the man at the end of the date that you want to see him again. And so if you're deliberate dating and you're wanting to utilize the dating platform as an opportunity to grow yourself, I think it's important that you go ahead and go on a second date. If he's a nice guy and he's a decent guy, go ahead and go on a second date. So how you do that is you just say, when it's winding down, you say, I really, really enjoyed meeting you, and I would love to do it again. And you smile. See how I stopped smiling? You just sit there. And you sit there and wait for him to say something. Don't say anything else after that. I really enjoyed meeting you and hearing about your family, and I would just love to do it again. That's it, you do. And then he'll either say, great, I'll call you. And then you can say, okay, well, I already know I'm free next Thursday and Saturday. Does any of those days work for you by any chance? You can go ahead and say that. It would be great to set up the date on the date. And if he says, I don't really have my schedule, I'll get back to you, say, no problem. Keep those dates in mind, and I look forward to hearing from you. And that's it. So you don't push it, but certainly go ahead and offer up days that you're available. I mean, nobody wants to waste time. And so that will just give him the information he needs so he can set something up. And usually he'll follow up with you, especially when you handle it that way. The reason why you want to be very assertive and clear about your signals is because men can sometimes misread you. They might be feeling insecure, and they might not really know or recognize the signs that you're sending them that you're interested in seeing them again. So make it crystal clear to the man so that he doesn't have to worry about rejection. You're going to say yes if he asks you out, because that's going to take him a lot of courage to ask you out at the end of a first date. So make it easy for him. If you want to see him again, if you're deliberate dating, using the dating platform to practice dating, then you say, gosh, I had such a good time. I would just love to see you again. And that's it. And then it's up to him to take it from there. And if he says, I call you, and he doesn't want to set up the date, it's likely he might not call you. But that's okay. You did your job. You did what you need to do to set yourself up for success. So I hope these tips were helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Engaged at Any Age. The link's at the bottom of the email. You just hit that YouTube icon, take you right over to my YouTube, or you can just go to YouTube and type in Engaged at Any Age, and you'll find my YouTube channel so you don't miss another video. Okay, ladies, I hope you're doing great, and I'm just sending you lots and lots of love. I want to say hi to everybody real quick. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Susie. Hi, Susie. Thinking about you. Hi, Michelle. Love you. Oh, we'll have fun on your day tonight. Good that these were great reminders. Perfect timing. Hi, Michelle. You're welcome, Cindy. I love you. Okay, ladies, go out there and get them. Go get them. Knock them off. Feel good, look good, sound good, taste good. Those are your rules. Feel good, look good, sound good, taste good. Make sure you feel good, you look good, you sound good, and you taste good if he kisses you. So that's what another little extra bonus tip I want to give you. That's what you need to do when you go on your first dates. First impression is everything. So make sure you spend time, because it could be the last date that you'll go on. You might just get scooped up. So never underestimate the power of a first date. So I hope this was helpful. Sending you lots of love. Bye-bye.